Richard Sibbes, Antidotum contra Naufragium, Episode 5. It may take us 2 episodes to make it through this longer portion, but there was no clear place to divide it earlier. Quid ergo reliquum est, mi Timothea, nisi ut custodias praeclarum depositum, per spiritum sanctum habitantem in nobis? Primo vobis considerandum est, quid sit depositum, et qui sint depositarii. Quadruplex depositum Timotheis omnibus committitur. Populus de ipsius sanguine redemptus. Munus docendi. Dona ad docendum idonia, qui dedit homines dedit dona hominibus. Ipsa doctrina salutis, pabulum vitae, quam cum Tertulliano hic praecipive intelligimus depositum. Sibbes begins with a question, as he is exegeting 2 Timothy 1:14. What then is left? Quid ergo reliquum est. What therefore remains, my Timothy? And this is in the vocative and the singular and the masculine. What therefore remains, my Timothy, except that you should keep safe, custodias, you should safeguard, the praeclarum depositum, the outstanding, the amazing deposit, habitantem, through the Holy Spirit that dwells in us. Habitantem modifies spiritum, as does sanctum. Primo vobis. First, vobis considerandum est. First, you all must take note of. Considerandum est is what is referred to as a passive periphrastic in the grammar books. It is a gerundive, namely considerandum. That's a verbal adjective built on a verb, of course, as it's a verbal adjective. Namely, considero, considerare, first conjugation verb. It is a passive participle, future passive participle, the gerundive, with a form of esse, here est, and then a dative of agency when the agent is specified. So in the first place, you all must consider, you all must take note of, considerandum est vobis. And then there are 2 questions which he says we must note. Both of these questions have a subjunctive verb, sit and sint respectively, and that is because both of these are indirect questions. They are rogationes obliqui, not rogationes recti, but rogationes obliqui, indirect questions. They are not, in fact, interrogatives. They are interrogatives couched within a declarative. We must note, you all must note in the first place, what the deposit is, thus the subjunctive of the indirect question, and who are the depositarii. Now, depositarii is obviously an adjective that is formed on depositarius, and I am taking this to be the persons with whom it is deposited. So not the depositors, those who make the deposit, but those with whom it is deposited. And now, in good scholastic fashion, modo scholastico, as the authors of this time period like to say, Sibbes gives us a breakdown or a set of distinctions about his subject. Quadruplex depositum. The deposit is fourfold, quadruplex. The deposit is a fourfold one, or a fourfold deposit, committitur, is being entrusted, is being handed over, Timotheis omnibus. This is masculine, plural, and dative, to all Timothys. That is, every person who is in the position of Timothy, a preacher of the word, receiving instruction from Paul, his spiritual father. Timotheis omnibus, entrusted to them is a fourfold deposit. We'll look at that in the next episode.